Hello, I'm William Kumwembe and I welcome you to yet another edition of the program Business Time right here on Times Television. This is a magazine program where we look at major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country and beyond. And coming up in the program today, Malawi Innovation Challenge Fund dangles $2 million for financial sector projects, and Combined Cargo Partners trustee to enhance trade between Malawi and South Africa. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned if you could. Hello and welcome. And in our main story in the program today, the Malawi Innovation Challenge Fund has brought a new project worth $2 million targeting the financial sector in the country. Through the fund, an innovative project concept would be identified for a matching grant. Budika Samarashing is project director and explains in this interview.
The fund is aimed at the financial sector this time and how we can allow them to grow. And one of the biggest problems here has been the access to finance for SMEs. So we're trying to induce the financial sector to come up with innovative ideas that can increase finance to both SMEs and ultimately to lead to job creation. Well, it's very important, and one of the problems with the financial sector that it's been experiencing over the last few years has been that investment into the small and medium enterprises have been very, very low. Most of the financial sector investment has gone into large corporates and to government debt. Obviously, that is getting rebalanced, but the financial sector is quite liquid at the moment. So we're hoping that this kind of instrument will allow them to look at new possibilities. A qualification is quite simple, actually. You have to have a project in Malawi. The lead partner or one of the partners has to be registered to undertake financial services in Malawi. And the outcome is looking at people who can deliver, who have the capability to deliver. So they need to come and talk to us, and we encourage that. And we will hopefully have a number of very interesting applications. We supported 26 businesses. It created over 2,000 jobs so far, and there are many more to come. And it has improved the livelihoods of over 200,000 poor Malawians. So I think in total, yes, it has had a big impact. We offer finance for financial institutions in the range of $200,000 to $700,000. The total fund size is $2 million. Our expectation is to see a large increase in the number of SMEs that are supported and the amount of finance that they get as well, because as you know, only 6% of SMEs can get finance from the formal sector in Malawi at the moment. In terms of job creations, that is something that we would evaluate at the end of the project, because we haven't put targets like the other rounds, because it's going to be an indirect impact.
The project is being funded by the UNDP. We also caught up with British High Commissioner's Charge d'Affaires, Gary Leslie.
Through the Department for International Development, the UK government has been involved with the Challenge Fund for a number of years now, and we have seen the benefits and the quality of the interventions that the Challenge Fund can make here in Malawi, and for that very reason we are very proud and privileged to continue to be associated with it, and we will continue to fund them with their growing success in Malawi. Think innovative, think of ideas, think of something new. The SME sector, as we know, has real problems accessing finance here in Malawi. So think big. Think about how you can make it much more accessible for SMEs to gain access to finance from the banks and institutions here in Malawi to help them grow. If the SMEs grow in Malawi, it will improve the level of wealth and reduce poverty, and that's something we all want to see. This one's particularly different because it's particularly targeted on financial institutions to open up the availability of finance. So this one's slightly different from the ones that have been in the past, which I think is a good thing, because what we're trying to do is, through the Challenge Fund, is open up the development of the whole economy across the wide spectrum to allow development across the board. There was a board of investment specialists in the City of London who looked across the African continent and they came up with 5 countries which they highlighted as being priority markets. And I was delighted when I heard that Malawi had been chosen as a priority market. And I certainly hope that there will be a wide range, not only of British investors, but global investors, major players, will be in London in January. And I hope that there will be a significant and high-level presence from the government of Malawi there. And we can facilitate dialogue to help attract significant investment into the Malawian economy.
One of the country's customs and clearing firms, Combined Cargo, on Wednesday entered into a partnership with international transporter Transtech to help ease movement of goods between Malawi and South Africa. The arrangement will help ease some of the challenges that cross-border traders face when importing and exporting cargo. Dumbani Kalua is Combined Cargo General Manager and explains.
This partnership, Combined Cargo is very excited. What we want essentially from this partnership is a seamless service. Seamless meaning that there are no stops, no delays, so that if you, the importer, says, I've got goods that are in South Africa, they need to be in Malawi in the next 2 weeks. We basically ensure that we move your goods seamlessly without having to deal with different transporters. We have one partner that we say, go and collect. They collect, they move the goods all the way through to either Dedza or they move them to Mwanza. So for you, you're having a service where you're dealing with one person in Blantyre or in Lilongwe, where you're talking to them and giving you updates every single step of the way, from the day you say go and collect to the day that the goods arrive at our warehouses, either in Lilongwe or in Blantyre. And we tell you either you can collect after customs clearance or we deliver after customs clearance. So what we essentially want is efficiency. We do not want to delay the cargo. Like I said, most customers, their goods, they want them the day before they order them. So what we want is speed, efficiency, and ease, so that they can sit back, relax, and just order their goods, and we just bring them to them. I'd say that business has been a bit slow, but it's picking up. It's been slow, obviously, because of what has been happening in the country. There's been some unrest, but to be honest with you, we are very, very hopeful. We know that people want Malawi to grow. People want Malawi to continue to improve economically. The challenges are always there, but for us mostly, we should delays. There's a lot of people want a piece of the pie. The import business is a big pie, and there are government agencies there that we need to basically ensure that we are compliant. So one of the biggest things is that compliance from our importers to ensure that all the necessary documentation and all the necessary permits or fees that they need to pay are there. That's one of the biggest challenges. The borders are there. All you need to do is present them the right information.
And Raina Bedford is Transtech General Manager and believes the partnership will help accelerate trade between the two countries.
I think it's something that Malawi in particular should be proud of. Transtech, which is operating in excess of 80 vehicles from a fantastic facility in Johannesburg where there's their own workshops, warehouses, is actually owned by a Malawian gentleman, which Mr. Fulu John Loga, who you may or may not have come across. So he's built up Transtech over the years to what it is today, which is one of the major over-border carriers from South Africa to Malawi. And obviously, we needed a partner in Malawi to assist us this end. There is a long relationship with Combined Cargo, and we've now decided to effectively formalize that relationship and work as partners as opposed to just a casual agency agreement. So we've now formalized it with the function here tonight, and of course we'll be having another one in Blantyre tomorrow night. And with our partners, we, as I mentioned during my speech inside, Malawi, due to the economic situation in the region, not just Malawi, a lot of the shop owners and traders and building companies, etc., cannot afford right now to hold massive stocks. So they're buying smaller amounts. And we've seen a gap here because it's very difficult because most truck owners are running full truckloads. They don't want to carry bits and pieces. So we've seen the gap, and we've now set up the service specifically to cater for the Malawian market on a name day service where the trucks will leave every Wednesday and every Saturday. So the clients here know their cargo is going to be here on Monday or on Thursday the following week. So we obviously needed a strong partner here. Combine Cargo, I think you gentlemen know, has been around for many, many years in Malawi. And it was just a marriage made in heaven, if you want to call it that, that we would work with them. And that's how we've ended up in the partnership we're in. We're targeting everybody from the person who buys a lounge suite in Johannesburg and wants it brought into Malawi, to the construction companies who are bringing in specialized steel or whatever it might be. If I tell you the range of cargoes that we've carried for Malawians, you'd be astounded what people need and bring into Malawi. As I said, everything from a fridge, lounge suites, tiles, chemicals, printing inks, specialized papers, you name it, it's coming into Malawi. And certainly for me, it's been an eye-opener because a lot of people tend to say, oh, the Malawi economy is very small and it's quiet and that. It's not, it's vibrant. There's a lot going on out here and it's a vibrant economy. Hence the reason we've made this decision to put up the dedicated services and to partner with a Malawian company that we respect and can work with and can give a service to our customers here. Malawian importers or even individual people will know now that there is a reliable, fast, safe service that, even though it's emanating out of Johannesburg, it's actually Malawian.
Total Malawi has awarded scholarships to 20 students at the Polytechnic. Among other things, the company will be responsible for supporting the students with tuition fees. Chimwemwe Mangazi reports.
One of the country's energy companies, Total Malawi, on Thursday spoiled 20 outstanding students in various programs at the Malawi Polytechnic with over 6 million kwacha shared among them as recognition for their hard work. The money was reimbursement for part of their tuition fees as an encouragement for the students to continue working hard in class and after they join the industry. Total Malawi Limited Managing Director Salamata Bal said the initiative is part of the company's corporate social responsibility, which among 4 sectors looks at enhancing quality education.
So this initiative as Total Malawi is part of our corporate social responsibility. One of our pillars is to support the youth and education. So this initiative is clearly part of that. It's been around for 49 years and we've been supporting and partnering with the University of Polytechnic, and we're very proud to be part of this initiative. This is really not an initiative for the business. Like I said, it's more for our social responsibility and supporting these students that eventually some of them will work for Total Malawi. Already in our company, we have many students that have been part of this initiative in the previous years. So it's also for us a way to recruit the best students and to bring them to work for Total Malawi. The first 6 months have been, let's say, rather challenging. Because, as you know, we've been hit by the cyclone in the beginning, the first quarter of the year, and with the elections and election years are always quite tumultuous. So, but apart from that, business is continuing, and we are here to stay. In the last half, we'll continue as usual, supporting our customer, bringing excellent service to our customer and to our partners. So, we hope everything will stabilize quickly for us to go back to business as usual.
One of the awardees, who is also a 4th-year accounting student at the college, Mese Banda, thanked the company for the gesture, stressing that it really motivates them to work hard.
Oh, I can't even put it in words. All I can say is that it's grace and mercy, because sometimes we work hard, but things don't really come out as they should. But nevertheless, we're not supposed to stop working hard. We should keep pressing on and working hard and trusting in God that one day the results shall really show that we really put effort in everything that we do. I want to start farming. I've always been a fan of farming, so I'm going to use this man as Kabiru to start farming. What I can tell every girl out there is that every girl has the same brain as a boy. Don't underrate yourself just because you're a girl. You have so much potential than you ever know. So long as you focus in class and you work hard, avoid distractions. Distractions will always be there. But so long as you maintain your focus, you're going to see that you're going to excel beyond man's imagination and you're going to stand out.
The college's principal, Grant Kululanga, said the initiative complements government principles for higher education, which encompasses improving the quality of education. Cue in.
Let me say that we are rolling out a government policy or national education sector plan, and it has 3 objectives. The first one relates to increasing access, and why you see these buildings, it's for that principal role, to make sure that we have as many students as we can at this campus. The second one is to enhance quality, and basically the function that we had this afternoon was one of promoting quality amongst our students by giving them awards, by influencing them to work hard. And we know 20 of them received these awards, but the impact of those 20 students will be enormous in the college. So we are not just promoting increasing access to higher education, but we are also partnering with the industry to make sure that we can enhance quality. We wish we had many companies emulating what Total Malawi is doing to make sure that when you have these graduates in industry, they become productive.
Remember, this is Business Time right here on Times Television, a magazine program where we look at major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country and beyond. We'll be right back. Back. Nico Asset Managers, a subsidiary of Nico Holdings, on Wednesday presented checks worth about 2.9 million kwacha to Hope for the Blind and the Polytechnic Illumina Association as part of its corporate social responsibility. Speaking to journalists after presenting the checks to the 2 institutions, Nico Asset Managers Chief Investment Officer Daniel Dunga said the commitment augurs well with the firm's ideology of building a better tomorrow today. Dunga explains.
So these donations have gone to the Polytechnic Alumni Association, but the association supports needy students at the Polytechnic in terms of tuition fees and upkeep. So we've donated to the association. We've also donated to Hope for the Blind. This is an organization that promotes the education of blind students in various secondary schools across Malawi. So you can see that both donations are geared towards the youth, but they're also geared towards youth in education, because Nico Asset Managers, we're always looking at a better tomorrow for all the people that we touch. Whether it's our clients, we tell clients to invest today for tomorrow, but we are also in turn investing our money in other people so that they can have a better tomorrow. We hope that the donations that we've made will help the beneficiaries, both students who are visually impaired, to access education or educational facilities, and also help students at the Polytechnic who would otherwise would not be able to pursue their education because of financial challenges, to be able to pursue their educational dreams. So we think we're making a contribution which is long-lasting. Yes, we're in asset management, but we get requests from far and wide, from all sorts of angles. And like I said, we looked at the various requests that we got. So for Hope for the Blind, we've worked with Hope for the Blind maybe for the past 10 years. So every year, there's a budget line for Hope for the Blind.
And Polytechnic Illumina Association President Newton Kambala thanked the firm for the support.
Actually, we are greatly thankful for the donation that Nico Asset Finance managers have given us. This is not the first time Nico has done this. Even the Nico Group head office also assisted when we were fundraising through a golf tournament. So we are very grateful today to also receive this 1 million donation from Nico Asset Managers. And we know it will go a long way assisting the students that will need this kind of assistance at the poly. Actually, it's overwhelming. The need is very big and we are struggling to raise enough money to assist these students. And we are very grateful that the community has actually listened to our heed. And one way of assisting people assisting in kind. Some of the students are residing in families' houses within Blantyre for free. They are given food for free. There are quite a number of students I know are staying with families in Blantyre. And because of that, we are also very grateful. But I would want to appeal to the community that this need is very huge. And we are struggling to raise enough money. Actually in excess of 1,000. It's a big number. And currently we have assisted less than 200. So that's why we are saying it's overwhelming. And there's a need for everybody to take part. Everybody should actually make the first step towards assisting these students. It's very necessary that we educate Malawi by assisting these students. Actually, the design of the way we are managing the funds creates sustainability because we look at this as a revolving fund loan. We give the money to the students as a loan, expecting them to give back the money when they get employed or when they start business after school. So we feel by doing that we have created some sustainability. And also as an Illumina Association, we are also embarking on several other projects, some commercial projects. We intend to come up with a way to raise funds and start some businesses in the future. And this has already started happening as I'm talking now. Yesterday we had a meeting over dinner with the Malawian expert who stays in London, where we shared some ideas on how we can come up with means to come up with the commercial projects, come up with companies, investments that can help raise enough funds for the universities, not only Poly, but universities in Malawi, so that it can be more sustainable. But as I said in the beginning, that the way the management of funds has been designed, it's already creating sustainability because it's a revolving fund.
Moving on with the program, let us now have a look at how the Malawi Watch is faring against major trading currencies on the foreign exchange market. Well, with that story, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time, right here on Times Television, a magazine program where we look at major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country and beyond. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is William Kumwembe. But always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Bye for now.